friends, story time with Mrs. Beth again. Hey, this story I have to read is a big shout out to my daughters Rachel and Sarah and their friends Stephanie and Sarah, because they all like to hide amongst clothes at the clothing store when they were little. You'll see that in the book. Our story is called Margo Thinks Twice. Let's read it together. Margo thinks twice. Margo woke up early one Saturday with an urge to create. She crept around the house collecting everything she needed. Just as she began to glue, a very important step, according to Margo, to use glue, her mother appeared in the doorway. "Easy with the glue, Margo," her mother said. "But I'm making something," said Margo. "Well, be careful," her mother laughed as she continued down the hall. "The last thing we need is you sticking to everything." Margo hadn't considered this. What would it be like if I used too much glue and it would stick to her? Margo spent the afternoon outside, far from the worrisome glue pot. She was about to leap from her swing when she heard her mother calling, "Keep that bottom planted, Margo." "But I'm about to break the world record," said Margo. "Well, be careful. It's getting windy and there's no telling where you'll land." It was true that Margo hadn't factored in the wind. What would happen? Where would she land if she flew off the swing? Later that day, Margo's mother announced they had errands to run. When the two of them entered the clothing store, Margo brightened and ducked straight into the rack of clothes to hide. "Time to come out, Margo," her mother said as she headed to the checkout. "But I'm playing Jungle Explorer," said Margo. "Well, be careful. You don't want to get lost in your adventure." Margo's hamster, Poppy, had gotten lost last year while she was giving him a tour of the house. The family had never seen him again. Margo imagined being lost like Puppy and began to worry in earnest. "Oh no, she thought. Margo gripped her mother's hand very tightly as they left the store. "Just one last stop," said Margo's mother. "Let's see what kind of critters they have in here." "Oh, okay, but let's be careful," whispered Margo. Her imagination was taking over, thinking the kitties were big cats. Squawk! Caw! Screech! It was loud. "Margo, look," her mother said. Margo peeked. They had reached the back of the shop and stopped in front of a gate. A creature padded towards her. It was a hungry wolf. It was a brown bear. It was a terrifying lick. A big sloppy kiss landed on Margo's face. It was a dog. She looked into the creature's eyes and saw a friendly dog smiling back at her. Margo peered around the shop. The loud squawks were coming from a tiny bird. The giant prickly creature in the water had deflated into a very thin, tiny fish. "What do you think?" Margo's mother asked. "Should we take him home?" "Well, he might get into all sorts of trouble, and he might be clumsy and messy and just like us," her mother said gently. This time, Margo didn't have to think twice. "He'll fit right in," she laughed, wrapping their new dog in a great big hug. Margo went home with her mom, with her new pet. Oh, what sweet fun she was going to have with her new friend. Well, Margo sure had an adventure, and she got worried sometimes, but she had fun. And her mom just helped her to remember when it was time to go or to do things, and Margo's imagination would just go wild sometimes. But you know what? When she went to the pet store, she saw the little cats, thought they were big lion cats. She heard loud voices, loud noises. They were just little birds or little fish. And you know what? In the end, she thought it was a grizzly bear or a wolf, but no! She was getting a puppy. Pets are pretty cool. Those of you that have dogs, I hope you enjoy them and look after them. Okay, my friends? See you next time.